man right there will help preserve some W's with that defense he's been playing at third base. Sean Figgins made a couple outstanding plays on some choppers last night, had to come in, turned a double play. On his way possibly to a Gold Glove this season. He's playing that well for the Halos at third base.
Asdrubal Cabrera will be the first batter of the game to face Jared Weaver. Cabrera is hitting an even .300. And Weaver, maybe in tribute to 80s night, going with the stirrup socks tonight.
A good uni work. It looks like Mike Witt in that uniform. A great pitcher for the Angels.
It's 3-0 to Cabrera. The Angels start the night only 2.5 games ahead of Texas. And Texas is winning again tonight. 7th inning in Arlington. Rangers 7, Tigers 3. They're keeping the pressure on Mike Scioscia and the Angels. Full count to Asdrubal Cabrera. Left field, Quinlan is there. 1 out.
Well, nice job coming back for Jared on that. He was behind 3-0 through some nice pitches and gets a routine fly ball out. Anytime you keep that leadoff hitter of the ball game off the bases, you don't have to worry about a stolen base threat. It's a good feeling for a pitcher.
Luis Valbuena stepping in. There's a shot into right field by Valbuena in the first hit of the ball game. The Indians had 20 hits last night and came from behind after leaving a lot of men on base early to beat the Angels in the 9th. Eric Wedge is back in tonight.
And that suspension for the guys get hit with the baseball up there in Seattle.
Pitch got away.
Yeah, it just got away. Yep. He was trying to establish the fastball inside. That's what it was, Rory.
Mm-hmm. Shin-Soo Choo at the plate for the Indians.
Valbuena, it's a pretty good speed at first base. Jared Weaver, that long delivery, somewhat slow to the plate, but it does have a very good pickoff move. He's picked off 2 would-be base stealers already this year.
There's another shot into right field. Valbuena does have good speed, but he'll stop at second. Juan Rivera has a great arm. It's worthy of playing in right field, and he holds him to a single with the runner moving up only 90 feet.
When Chu hit the ball hard last night, continues that good swing again today at Cleveland with another couple hits here in the first inning. Fastball that was up. You saw Chu go the other way 4 times yesterday. This time the fastball that was middle in turns on and gets a base hit.
Victor Martinez, whose name comes up in most trade rumors right now. Any team looking for a good bat, and you'll see Victor's name. In fact, it was just a couple of days. Reports had him all but gone to the Dodgers. But it didn't happen.
Cleveland's certainly going to be a player here, I think, as far as some movement and some trades before the 31st. There's no question about it. They're a team that's disappointing, to say the least. A lot of people, including myself, picked them to win the division this year, but they have not played particularly have not pitched well.
They traded Ryan Garco yesterday, right before the game, to the Giants. And then, of course, Cliff Lee, who won the Cy Young last year, his name's in just about every report.
That's a deceiving record, 7-9. He's pitched very good. Great ERA at 3.14. Gives you a lot of innings. Be a great pickup by whoever can get him.
Teams that think, oh, maybe we can't afford Halladay, then the next name is always Cliff Lee.
Both Halladay and Lee have won Cy Youngs. Win that by accident. Be a dominant pitcher, and both of them are.
It's 2-1 to Victor Martinez. He did not go around, and it's 3-1. Angel Campos, the third base umpire.
Slow curveball. A replay to see if Victor Martinez crossed the plate. Real close. Anytime you see a batter hold it out there too, sometimes either the third base or the first base umpire will call it a strike. It was close. Could have gone either way.
And ball 4 loads the bases. And right away, Jared is in a jam. 2 singles and a walk with Johnny Peralta, who also homered in the 9th inning last night, coming to the plate for Cleveland.
Which is going to come out and talk with Jared and what the plan of attack against Peralta, who had a fantastic game last night. So you need to see some quality innings out of the starters. See if they get some zeros up here, not always trying to play catch up early in the ball game. But again, anytime you're on the mound in this spot, what you're looking for, either a strikeout or a ground ball back to you, so you can go the 1-2-3 double play. You got to be in position to field the ball if you're a pitcher in this spot.
80s night here at the ballpark, and 20 years ago in 1989, the top pitcher for the Angels as far as wins was the guy who just left town, Bert Blyleven. 17-5 20 years ago for the Angels. There's a strike into Johnny Peralta.
Peralta, a guy who loves to hit the fastball. They're ahead of the count now. Could use his secondary pitches.
1-1. Big pitch coming up right here for Jared Weaver as he tries to get through this first inning now. Bases loaded, 1 out, 2-1 to Peralta.
Jared can't throw this changeup in the spot, but it has to be for a strike.
Fly ball, shallow left field. Coming in, Quinlan. He makes the catch. The throw home, and they will not get him. Valbuena scores from third. He has great speed, so even though it was shallow, Q didn't have much of a chance there, and it's 1-0 Indians.
Reason why? Because Rob had to come in pretty far to make that play, and he had to catch the ball away from his throwing arm, so the momentum's going away from the plate. Tough play for Rob Quinlan to be able to throw it in, but in this spot right now, if you're Jared Weaver, you get through this inning with only 1 run allowed, you got to feel good about that. You got a tough customer now, and Travis Hafner. He's got a lot of power.
He did not play in last night's game. "11 home runs, hitting .295. He takes it inside for ball 1. Travis Hafner has over 150 home runs in his career. Good power. And the off-speed pitch fooled him a little bit there. 1-1. Popped him up. It's way up there behind the plate. Napoli waiting for it. Whoa, and he just did catch it. But the Indians are out in the first with 1 run on the board. And the Angels tonight have Figgins, Ibar, and Abreu in the top 3. Juan Rivera's in the cleanup spot. Then Napoli and Kendrick. Kendry Morales hit 2 out last night. Gary Matthews and Q against David Huff.
David Huff has a sinking fastball, 86 to 92 from the left side. Curveball, an above-average slider, and a changeup. High ERA, does give up a lot of home runs. He's given up 12 home runs in 69 innings pitched. When he pitches inside, he's very tough to hit.
He may have noticed that the ball carries pretty well around this time of year at the Big A.
Especially might have saw our graphic where the Angels had 61 home runs in 40 games. Most in the majors.
Strike 1 to Sean Figgins. Figgy comes in hitting .309. Good breaking ball. David Huff, 24 years old, born in San Diego. He went to UCLA. To third base, nicely played by Peralta. And Figgy's out. Jimenez, Francisco, and Chu in the outfield. Same 3 that were there last night. Peralta at third, Cabrera, Valbuena, and Marte around the infield, with Victor Martinez catching David Huff. David Huff also went to Cypress College, Edison High School in Huntington Beach. The Angels actually drafted Huff. Ooh, the try for a bunt single by Ibar is denied by Peralta. Good play by Johnny Peralta.
Very nice play, too, by Marte at first base. That throw was coming in towards Ibar, who was going down the line and flying.
There was no way this was going to go foul, so he had to play it.
See, how you make that play is you come in before, batting practice, you roll the baseball down the line, and our XMO replay shows he gets it by half a step. You roll the baseball down the third base line and first base line to see if the baseball will either stay fair or roll foul. Clearly, Peralta realized it doesn't roll foul here at the Big A, and it was a nice play, attacking that bunt and making the throw and getting them out.
2 outs. Bobby Abreu. Abreu looks mighty good in that shot, doesn't he?
He's a thriller. He had to feel really good about that one.
Yep. Just hanging around the house before the game. 0-2 to Bobby Abreu. Started to mention David Huff. The Angels drafted him in 2003 in the 31st round. Obviously, he didn't sign. First went to the minor leagues to pitch in 2006 after his college days. Two and two to Abreu.
I think being left-handed, David Huffey would be more successful against left-handed batters, but that's not the case. Lefties hit 366 against him, including 4 home runs. He's only hitting 272. What that tells you is he has better command of the changeup than he does his breaking pitch. The changeup very effective against the righties, but not as effective against the lefty.
To third base, Peralta gets another chance. And Johnny Peralta has a perfect inning, getting all 3 outs in the first. 1-0 Indians. But I know you did.
I probably should open my mouth in that one.
You walked right into that one. Then Francisco is the batter. One ball, one strike. Weaver threw a lot of pitches in the first inning. Gave up 1 run after loading the bases. One and two.
A couple good changeups to Francisco location.
Other than the changes in the stadium, when you just look maybe at the center field camera and see that Angel uniform, it does bring you back to the 80s, doesn't it?
Well, face it, there's a number of times there in the 80s. They had like a Hall of Fame lineup every single night. The players that went through that club there in the 80s. Rod Carew, Bobby Grist, Doug DeSense, Bob Boone, Don Baylor, Fred Lynn, Reggie Jackson, Brian Downing.
Those are some tough outs.
Oh, I was looking forward to the 90s to get them out of there. They were tough.
couple of extraordinary years in Angels history. And that's one thing about the ball club. You hear so many people talking about 2002, but the Angels history didn't start there. There's a shot by Francisco down the line if it stays fair, and it does. Home run. The 10th of the year for Francisco, 2-0 Indians.
That ball was stolen right down the line and hits in the inner half of the plate. Cleveland continues to get good swings. 20 hits last night. Fastball in, but elevated. Right down the line, gets inside the fair pole. Clearly a home run. Cisco's a good, solid player. With some speed also.
Chris Jimenez takes strike one. Hard hit to third, backhanded by Figgins. Nice play.
That could be one of those game changers for the Angels here. That ball's rocketed down the line. Sean Figgins he makes the play, but gets himself up, gathers strong throw across to get the out.
He got in by about 10 feet.
Garrett said, hey, great play. If that ball gets down the line, that's a double. All that confidence and momentum going for a team like the Tribe who've won 5 games in a row. Great play by Figgins.
Andy Marte up there now. Batting ninth, playing first base. He did not play last night. Two and 0. The Indians are a team that is hot, as you mentioned, Gooby. The Angels, for a while there, were catching teams at the right time. They played Oakland when they were really down. Kansas City was on a long losing streak. The Angels swept them. But right now, you're catching the Indians. They're playing about the best baseball they've played all year.
I think when you look at them, they're 16 games under 500. You wonder how. And Eric Wedge has certainly been scratching his head, wondering why. I know it's coming down there. Their pitching been inconsistent. With an offense like they've been throwing out day in and day out, wonder how they could be that far below 500.
High pop fly on the infield. Eric Ibar backs onto the grass. 2 outs. As Drupal Cabrera comes up.
But the stats tell the story. They're last in the American League as far as ERA. With an ERA at 5.21. That's why the Cleveland Indians are 16 games under 500. They could definitely put some runs on the board.
Well, these are the two teams who have scored 8 or more in a game the most often in baseball. The Angels have done it more than anybody, and the Indians are second. And it was the Indians who had 8 last night. Of course, 4 of them came in the 9th inning, which made for a tough loss for the Angels.
A great changeup by Jared Weaver. A fastball count, 2-1 count. Cabrera's looking fastball. Gets the changeup way out in front. Missed it by a lot.
Struck him out looking. But the Indians get another run on the home run by Francisco. 2-0. yesterday. So here's his first at bat tonight. He was DHing last night. Tonight Juan is in right field. Rivera has hit 17 home runs and driven in 55 runs. So that was a big bat to have on the sidelines.
But because the other guys played so well, gave Mike Scioscia the luxury of making sure he was completely healthy before he put him back in that lineup.
One ball, one strike to Juan Rivera. He DH'd last night. It's 80s night, so you go back 20 years to 1989. The Angels DH was a guy named Brian Downing. And Downing that year hit 284 with 24 home runs, or check that, 14 home runs.
He had that open stance. You think, well, maybe I could sneak a fastball inside. No chance against Brian Downing. We're going into the Angel Hall of Fame here in August, along with Chuck Finley.
Ground ball wide of third. Another play for Peralta. Wow, the Angels have had 4 batters, and Peralta's made the play on all 4.
Peralta said right now that I don't need anybody else. I'm going to play this game myself.
That's right.
This play too, but this is one of the plays too. Is Juan Rivera is trying to get healthier. You got to run down the line extremely hard to try to beat that out. It's a tough one, especially dealing with leg problems that Juan Rivera had. But Peralta, nice play.
You mentioned Finley 20 years ago. He was 16-9 with a 2.57. I'm just going to guess that you hooked up against him a time or two.
A few times. I remember losing a game to Chuck one time, 1-0. Thanked him for that. It was fun. Getting that L by my name against Chuck. Chuck is tough. Great split finger. Good velocity on the fastball. Great competitor. Didn't want to come out of any game.
It's 1-1 here to Mike Napoli.
I don't remember any of those things, Larry.
Just remember the good, Mark.
Yeah.
Two and one. Hard hit and into left field. So they hit one over there where Peralta couldn't reach it.
Oh, it was hit hard too by Mike Napoli. That by Cabrera. Pitch out over the plate. So strong. Line drive by the diving Cabrera. Just missed past the edge of his glove. Napoli gets a base runner here. The Angels trying to come back again. Behind 2-0, playing comeback baseball. Been successful doing that 32 times.
Howie Kendrick. Howie hitting 263 as an Angel this year.
When Howie met Sally. That was a great movie in the 80s.
I don't remember Howie in that, but I guess he was in it, huh?
Took the role for Billy Crystal.
Yeah. 3-0 to Howie Kendrick. David Huff delivers. Strike on the inside part of the plate. when the 80s started, the Angels that year, 1980, they didn't have a pitcher with more than 11 wins. They had 2 pitchers with 11. Frank Tanana won 11 that year, and so did Mark Clear. Fly ball down the right field line, coming over Chu, but it's on a play.
And a 3-2 count, 1 out. Look for Mike Napoli to be moving on this pitch. Question how he can get one, either take the ball for ball 4 or put the ball in play. Go first to third.
With a full count, Napoli's at first. He's not running. Kendrick hits it to Peralta, and Johnny Peralta makes another play. They get the out at second, but the Indians unable to get the double play.
Those are the type of plays, though, when you don't turn a double play that looked like it was going to be done. Nice job by Peralta. But Valbuena unable to make the good throw to first base. Gets by Marte, who's a third baseman by trade. Slide coming in. Return. It's a low throw, and Marte unable to scoop it at first. Now the Angels have an opportunity, especially with a hot hitter up in Kenny Morales with his 20 home runs.
Well, the Angels might at some point stop hitting it to Peralta. That's 5 outs. He has 5 assists. Hendry takes a strike. On the ground to second base, and Valbuena makes that play. So the Angels get a hit, but that's it in the second. 2-0 Indians. Now get the $2.99 big deal, featuring a cheeseburger, a taco, small fries, and a small drink for just $2.99. And we go to the third inning at the Big A. 80s night at Angel Stadium. And a great crowd. We might be sold out. Really looks pretty close. First pitch outside to Luis Valbuena to start the third.
This is an inning where Jared Weaver's got to throw up a 0. This Cleveland lineup just continues to attack.
Well, the Indians with that 5-game winning streak, that leaves them at the moment 11 games behind Detroit in the Central. And another base hit for the Tribe starting the third inning.
Now it's time for our Jack in a box, outside the box. Well, we're certainly outside the box here. Rory, you look fantastic, Mr. Elwood. And look at Posey, Eddie Murphy. We are certainly outside the box there.
Yes.
And out of our mind, maybe. Jack in the box, outside the box.
Shin-Soo Choo, the batter for the Indians.
That's a great look for you, Rory.
I always feel comfortable in costume.
Well, you should.
Yeah. Game's about to start. Where's Rory? Oh, he's in wardrobe. It's 1-0 to Choo. The Texas Rangers won their game. They beat Detroit 7-3. So the Angels need yet another come from behind win, or the lead over the Rangers will be down to 1.5. With Valbuena running, it's a strike, and the throw to second is a strike, and an out at second base.
Well, that was a great tag by Eric Ibar. Eric Wedge is going to come out and argue this. It was 3 plays at second base last night that the Indians didn't get the benefit of that call, but this one right here was made because of a quick catch and tag by Eric Ibar.
Last night, replay showed 3 Angel stolen bases where maybe the call should have been out and it was safe. Now, we haven't seen the replay on this yet. The call here is out.
The tag was applied to the foot before Valbuena got his hand in on the bag.
If he got the leg.
He got him.
Yeah, he did.
Good call by Tim Teixeira. Very good umpire. Right on top of that call. And that was made because that's how quick Eric Ibar's hand in, and then Jared Weaver with the strikeout.
Getting Choo for the second out in the inning. And Victor Martinez coming up.
Great changeup. Pitch is becoming better and better each game for Jared. Very effective in college when he was at Long Beach State, striking out everybody with the fastball, the curveball, slider, and an above-average changeup.
Victor Martinez up there. Time for the U.S. Marine Corps leaders of the game. Victor Martinez leads the major leagues with 406 RBIs as a catcher since '04. And that's why you keep hearing his name in trade rumors. He's good, and he's been good for a long time.
I see this guy is versatile, too. Can play first base for you, too.
In the 9th inning last night, he put the Indians ahead. Reggie Willits just kind of ran into the fence there, and the ball dropped over for a 3-run shot.
Boy, a switch hitting catcher, solid catcher. Doesn't come by too often. That's why everybody wants him.
Two and one to Martinez. Two balls, 2 strikes. And a full count. It's a 2-out walk to Victor Martinez.
Pretty close pitch by Jared. He wanted that pitch in the inside part of the plate against Victor. Fastball might have been off the inside corner, but Napoli did a good job of trying to frame that pitch to get that out.
Johnny Peralta had a sacrifice fly his first time up. Oh, and 1 to Peralta. Weaver's ahead 0-2.
Good try on that pitch by Jared. Head of the count 0-2, trying to see if Peralta will swing at a pitch in the dirt. Come back with that same exact pitch. He's swinging this time around.
He swings and Weaver gets him. 2-0 Indians in the third inning. And there's a great ticket special. It's for tomorrow's game. $3 tickets are available for kids ages 2 to 18 in select view level seating areas, or you can go $10 in field box, terrace box, club loge, and right field pavilion seating. Use the password YOUTH tomorrow at angelsbaseball.com or the Angels Stadium ticket window. Take advantage of those great seats.
2 Utes? Isn't that an 80s movie?
That's, what is that? My Cousin Vinny? Is that
yes.
Yes.
2 Utes.
Matthews hits a fly ball into left field. That sends Jimenez back over his head. Gary Matthews with a double.
Gary had a couple good at-bats, his last 2 at-bats of the game yesterday, and then here gets a pitch out over the plate and down. Drives that ball left field over Jimenez's head. Now the ball carries so well when it's warmer here at the Big A this time of the year. Early in the year, in April, you have a chance to catch that if you're a left fielder. Good start, though, for the Angels and Gary Matthews Jr.
Rob Quinlan at the plate for the Angels, getting a chance to start in left field tonight. Q is hitting .244. He's hit a couple of home runs. Huff starts him with a fastball for a strike.
Look at Q, return of the Jedi. That's a great look for Rob Quinlan.
Except that it doesn't look anything like him at all. I would never have even known that was him.
That's why he's a superpower.
Base hit to center field for Rob Quinlan. Knocks in Matthews, and the Angels are on the board. 2-1 Indians.
Perfect swing. Continues to hit that ball well against left-handed pitcher. Rob Quinlan getting an opportunity to play tonight. Trying to go inside, but the ball out over the plate. Short, compact swing for Rob Quinlan. Base hit in the right center. Scores Gary Matthews Jr. easily. Just cutting into that lead. Now 2-1.
Sean Figgins at the plate now. On the ground, up the middle, base hit Figgy. 3 straight hits to start the third for the Angels.
Good swing, too. And it's supposed to be the inside part of the plate. That's what Martinez wanted. Huff out over the plate. Sean Figgins hits it up the middle for a base hit. Now, a spot now, if you're the Cleveland Indians, you thinking lines is Eric Ibar going to be up there bunting. First and second, no outs. He tried to bunt for a hit last time up. Eric Wedge thinking about putting a bunt play on, making the infielders aware of that.
The Angels are getting some pretty good swings, though, here in this inning. Ibar's been a hot hitter during the month of July. He's hitting .315 overall. And we'll see if he's up there to bunt or swinging away. Shows the bunt. Quinlan gets back into second base.
Fastball takes it back. Victor Martinez not only necessarily have to make that play as far as picking him off, but what you do, the reason why you throw that as a catcher, you shorten that lead, that secondary lead of the base runner at second to make it more difficult to be able to get the third on a bunt.
There's a nice bunt, but it will roll foul.
This looked like Eric was bunting for a hit.
That didn't look like a sacrifice, did it? 1 ball, 1 strike. Isn't it something how Ibar's stock has risen this year, Gooby? I mean, it used to be you would wonder, is Eric going to be a player the Angels can bank on for years? And now when his name comes up in trade rumors, people say, no, don't trade Ibar.
That's the way he's playing defense and when he's hitting the ball. His name's got to be up there as far as consideration for a Gold Glove at short.
There's ball 2 to Eric.
And we talked about a number of times the influence of Bobby Abreu on Eric Ibar, the patience at the plate, not swinging the pitches out of the strike zone, seeing more pitches, going the other way. There's Bobby right there. What an influence it's been not only to Ibar, but the rest of this lineup for the Angels.
Still nobody out here in the third inning. Ibar hits a fly ball, right field, back on the ball goes Chu, racing back to the track, and he can't get it. It's up against the wall. Figgins around third. He comes to the plate. The throw home, and he is out at home. Trying to score from first, the Indians gun down Sean Figgins. And Scioscia's coming out to talk about it. Jeff Nelson, the home plate umpire, made the call.
Well, that's one of those situations where because the baseball beat the runner coming in, the assumption is he's out at home, but it looked like Sean Figgins, just from up here at the booth, that he might have got his hand in on the plate before the tag was applied. So everybody in that dugout of the Angels were jumping up and down right away when the out call was made. Nice job of backing up, though, by Ben Francisco. Valbuena with a perfect relay throw. Ball beats him.
If he got the leg, they probably got him.
I think Sean might have got his hand in on the plate, though. Better angle here. Very close.
Yes.
Wow.
Very close. See this one. The hand coming in, the tag. Wow. Even with replay, that one's almost too close to call. It goes as a double for Ibar to drive in one. He went to third on the throw home.
Of course, the Indians have the infield up now, too, with the score tied at 2.
With Figgins' speed, it's almost a given that he's going to score on that ball to the wall. And he may have. It was very, very close.
You got to give a lot of credit to Ben Francisco backing up on that play. He doesn't come charging across from center field to back that up. It's an easy run scored by Sean Figgins. Great relay throw to Valbuena, who made a nice throw to Victor Martinez, who had to reach back and make the tag, but Francisco deserves that credit.
Angels 2, Indians 2 now in the third inning. Ibar's at third, so the Indians have the infield pulled in with Bobby Abreu at the plate. Abreu grounded out his first time up, and he hits a ground ball right back up the middle to knock in the go-ahead run. Angels 3, Indians 2 on the RBI single by Abreu.
That's 5 hits in a row for the Angels. The only out the Indians have gotten is a play at that plate. Howard's Exmo replay. That was a pretty good pitch by Huff. It was inside jam, though, but Bobby's still able to tuck his hands in enough to be able to get the big part of the bat on that baseball and hit it up the middle for a base hit and RBI.
Bobby Abreu has 46 runs batted in his last 47 games. An RBI a day.
Remember the beginning part of the year, he was getting his hits, getting his walks, but not a lot of production out of him as far as the RBI and home runs. Home runs still at 7, will probably hit about 15 home runs by the end, but the RBI total is getting closer and closer to the norm. Around 100 by the end of the season.
Juan Rivera up there now. 5 batters, 5 hits for the Angels in this third inning. One and 0 to Juan Rivera. He grounded out to third base his first time up.
Beach ball came out on the field. So this Angel offense responding again, coming back. We've scored 2 runs. One in the first, one in the second. Sean Figgins with a base hit RBI. This team is just relentless. Coming back.
1 ball, 1 strike now to Rivera. Two and one. Tough inning for David Huff. Bobby Abreu at first base, 22 stolen bases. That's right to the shortstop, Cabrera. And it's an inning-ending double play. But the Angels score 3 times to take the lead, 3-2 after 3. Angels' first 3 AL West championship teams. Who is the other one?
Trying to think of 86. Wasn't playing in the major leagues in 82 or 79. So who would be on that team?
You don't think it was Dean Chance, do you?
No, I was just hoping, but I don't think so at that point. Rod Carew. He was, Wally Joyner was around, so I don't think he was around at that point.
No, I don't think Wally was there in 79.
No, but Rod Carew, I'm just thinking, I know he was there for him, and certainly in 82. Could be Brian Downing.
Could be.
Jared's got the uniform working in that 80s with the stirrups. You mentioned that earlier on. Now working with the lead here.
And goes 3-0 to Travis Hafner, leading off the 4th inning for the Indians. Hafner gets a 4-pitch walk. That is Weaver's 3rd walk already. And it'll bring on Ben Francisco, who hooked a home run inside the foul pole in left, first time up. Curveball for a strike to Francisco.
In the second inning, Joe came in with a fastball, super quick hands. Then Francisco pulls that right down the line, kept it fair.
Hafner at first base, Weaver ahead of Francisco, 0-2. And a line drive base hit into right center field for Francisco. He turns and goes for second. The throw, he is out at second base. Francisco never hesitated. He challenged Juan Rivera, and he's going back to the dugout.
Juan Rivera, one of the strongest arms in the outfield in baseball. Ball was hit well, too. 0-2 pitch. Too good of a pitch for Jared. The ball almost got by him, but kicked back at the very end, but Juan recovered and threw a bullet in there to get him at second base. So the ball kicked away. Juan got himself back in good throwing position, threw a rocket in there to get the out. Big play. Now the Angels with the infield up.
Second base umpire Tim Cheetah took a long look at that one, as Chris Jimenez fouls the first pitch back. Hafner's at third base with one out in the fourth.
Jimenez had a good swing at that one, too. Missed his opportunity. Now a chance for Jared to get through it.
1-1. One ball, two strikes to Jimenez.
Young hitter, very aggressive, sees an RBI in this spot. Now you can expand the strike zone. The change out the pitch before for Jared. You can either try to elevate a fastball up and out of the zone, or again bounce a breaking pitch and trust Mike Napoli he can block it if it's in the dirt.
Ooh, close pitch there with the fastball inside. 2-2. Fly ball center field. Matthews will catch it. Hafner will tag up, and the Indians tie the game. Sacrifice fly for Jimenez, and we're even at 3.
Watching two good offensive clubs battle it out here. You make a mistake if you're a pitcher against either one of these teams, they make you pay for it.
The number 9 hitter, Andy Marte, coming up for the Indians now. Marte popped up to the shortstop his first time up. Two and one. 2 out, nobody on, but the Indians with a run here in the fourth inning, tying the game. And now 3-1 to Marte. Full count. Ground ball gets by Weaver behind second. That's going to be a base hit right off the end of the bat for Marte. He cued it off the end of the bat, and it had some real spin on it.
Yeah, once it got by Jarrett, which would be very difficult play for a pitcher, especially when it falls off towards the first base side. There's no way you could get yourself in fielding position and make this. Right between there, up the middle. Marte runs pretty well, too. No chance. Cleveland continues to get their hits. Now 6 hits already here in the 4th inning.
As Drupal Cabrera takes strike 1. This next pitch for Weaver will be pitch number 80. And we're only in the 4th inning. Ground ball, fair ball, right down the right field line. Marte is at third as Rivera picks it up. It's a double for Cabrera. And the Indians have runners at second and third now with 2 outs.
Well, it's 2 times in this inning alone. Cleveland has taken advantage of a mistake from Jarrett Weaver. 0-2. Good of a pitch. Howard's Exmo fastball up. Still, he's got over the plate just enough where he was able to get a good part of the bat on the ball and gets by Ken Morales right over the first base bag for a double. Now we're in the spot now, a big part of the game. But when already 2 hits against Jarrett Weaver tonight.
Luis Valbuena, 2 singles. And 2-0 now to Valbuena. At this rate, Weaver might go 1 more inning.
Season high as far as pitches in a game, 118. That was 3 starts ago.
The rate he is going right now, he'd be well over 100 after 5 innings. The Indians have won 5 games in a row. They had 20 hits last night.
That was nearly 9 runs a game in that streak.
That was Weaver's 25th pitch of this inning. And it was a good one. It evens the count to Valbuena 2-2. Full count now. First base is open. Shin-Soo Choo on deck. And there's a shot into right field, but Rivera is there to catch it. Hard hit ball retires the Indians, but they tie the game in the 4th. for each of the Angels' first 3 AL West championship teams. Who is the other one?
I'm going to go with Brian Downing.
And you are correct. Your knowledge of trivia is unsurpassed.
It really is.
There's Robbie. Yeah.
I just remember Brian Downing because, as usual, if you always remember a guy that hit a home run against you, and I remember him very well.
He hit one against you in all 3 of those years?
No. Fortunately, I didn't play there in 82 and 79, or he probably would have. And thanks for making me look like I was a solid pitcher for you.
0-1 to Mike Napoli. No balls, 2 strikes. The game tied up at 3 now in the 4th inning. One and 2 to Mike. High pop fly, shallow right field. Chu coming in. That was way up there, but it's an out. Kids, go back to school with a binder that shows off your favorite subject. Tide. I don't think it's Tide. Angels baseball, that's what it is. On Saturday, August 8th, all kids ages 2 to 18 in attendance will receive a free back-to-school binder, courtesy of Smart and Final and Tide. This 3-ring binder features photos of all your favorite Angel players, and you can get your tickets at angelsbaseball.com. That's Saturday, August 8th.
Boy, the kids just love to hear that. Back to school, don't they?
Boy, that just sure makes them happy, doesn't it?
Yes. It's like that one commercial. It's the most wonderful time of the year.
Howie Kendrick lines one softly into center field for out number 2. Kendry Morales coming up. Two out, nobody on in the bottom of the 4th. There's a shot into right center by Morales. Rolling to the wall, picked up by Chu. And it's a 2-out double for Kendry.
Kendry's starting to swing the bat much better from the right side. Coming into the game, hitting .259 from the right side. Balancing there. He likes it from the right side. Just hasn't put up the power numbers. Only 1 home run from the right side, but that's a perfect swing for Kendry Morales. Batting average creeping up from that side of the plate.
And with 2 outs, Gary Matthews will try and pick him up from second. Gary, another guy who has been more comfortable hitting left-handed, but doubled right-handed his first time up. One and 0 to Gary.
Much better hitting from the left side, but first time up, batting right-handed, hit a double.
One ball, 1 strike. One and 2 to Gary Matthews. here we are celebrating 80s night, Gooby, and then you look at the Angels roster and realize how many of these guys were born in the 80s. It's kind of startling, isn't it?
It is. They were showing it up there in the scoreboard how many were born at that point.
I mean, Eric Ibar, for instance, was born in 1984. Where were you in 84?
I was 2 years old. You were playing in the big leagues.
You were 1 year away from winning a championship with the Royals.
It's Gary Matthews Jr., new addition. Bobby Brown was in that band. Yeah, it was my first year in the big leagues that year, Rory, in 84. That's pretty scary.
One ball, two strikes to Gary Matthews. I was the voice of the, what was that, 84? Vancouver Canadians. AAA team for the Milwaukee Brewers at the time.
How was that weather in the first month or so of the season up there in Vancouver?
It did rain occasionally. Yeah. That one's hit right at Francisco. So it ends the inning for the Angels as they leave a runner at second. We're still tied at 3 after 4. Home of next year's All-Star game. Shin-Soo Choo leads off the 5th inning and taps one down to first base. Morales to the bag for the out. One pitch, one out in the 5th, and that's just what Weaver needed.
He needs to get through a quick inning here to be able to have an opportunity to not only go through this 5th inning, hopefully he'll be able to go and get through the 6th inning. Guy that's walked twice already against Jared Weaver coming up now, and Victor Martinez. So he's been patient against Jared.
Victor Martinez put the Indians ahead with a 3-run shot in the 9th inning off of Brian Fuentes last night. He hit that one hard, but foul. That was up in the second deck.
Nice play.
Down by the foul pole. Very good play.
That's why you bring a glove.
1-2. Johnny Peralta on deck for the Indians. Weaver 2-2 to Victor Martinez. Battling through a tie here in the 5th inning. Full count again.
Martinez was behind 0-2, now all the way back. And now he's at the advantage.
Popped up left side. Coming in, the left fielder Quinlan makes the catch. Two outs, Peralta coming up. Johnny Peralta has a sac fly and a strikeout tonight. High fly ball down the left field line, hit well, deep into the corner goes Quinlan, reaches into the stands and cannot bring it back. It's a home run for Johnny Peralta, and the Indians are back on top.
Peralta continues to swing well against the Angels. It's a .338 career batter against the Angels with 8 home runs coming into this game. Hanging breaking pitch.
Q had a shot here, but just out of his reach. And it's 4-3 Indians. Peralta homered in the 9th inning last night. He hits another one in the 5th inning tonight. Strike one to Travis Hafner. One ball, one strike. One and two. Foul back by Hafner. And for Jared Weaver here, pitch number 100 coming up in the 5th inning. The Indians have scored a single run in 4 of those 5 innings. And another full count. This is the 10th time Weaver has gone to a 3-ball count on a batter in this game.
Jared having trouble getting on top of that curveball. Peralta hit a home run on that one. That was a hanging curveball too. The Hafner fouled it straight back. And still in position, if he get through this inning, where the Angels have been swinging the bat, it could be in position to get a win again, but this has certainly not been easy for Jared tonight.
There's a drive into right field. Rivera makes the play on it, and the Indians are out in the 5th. but they get the lead on the home run by Peralta. Through 5 innings tonight.
And the more you look at it, you wonder how is it possible. Matt Palmer warmed up this, started this the other day. He went 5 innings, allowed 2 runs, picked up his 8th win.
Rob Quinlan takes strike 1. Leading off the bottom of the 5th, Q had a base hit, drove in a run and scored a run back in the 3rd inning. 1-1 to Quinlan. David Huff ahead 1-2. This has to be a big game for Huff. Living in Huntington Beach, going to high school in Huntington Beach, Cypress College, later UCLA. And he just missed on that one to Quinlan. 2-2. Pretty good young left-hander for the Indians.
They like him a lot. He's got a pretty bright future. Got good mechanics, good balance over that pitching rubber.
3-2.
Decent fastball. When you get a left, you could throw 88 to 92, and you're spotting that ball at 92 mile an hour along with your curveball and a changeup. Going to be successful.
Quinlan pops one in the air to right field. And the center fielder, Francisco, comes over to call Chu off and make the catch. Fans Tuesday, August 11th. All fans will receive a free Mike Napoli bobblehead doll, courtesy of Big O Tires. This stadium exclusive giveaway features Angel catcher Mike Napoli in shin guards, a chest protector, and looks like he's maybe poised to make a throw to the bases. Get your tickets at angelsbaseball.com.
It's a pretty cool looking bobblehead. That was a good one.
Yeah. One out, Figgins up there 1-0.
Getting back to David Huff, and that pitch he got Quinlan out, changeup, good spot, down and away. Got Q to pop that one up to center field, so you can see he's got a pretty good idea on the mound also.
Two and one to Figgy, who is 1 for 2. He singled in the 3rd, then was thrown out at the plate on a double by Eric Ibar. Grounds that ball to shortstop. Cabrera will not get him now. With Figgins running, no room for error, and that'll be an error.
And because of that speed, Cabrera had to rush up on that ground ball. Tricky hop got him on the heel of the glove. Once he bobbled, no chance against Sean Figgins. A break for the Angels here as they try to back and tie this game up.
That's the first error in the ball game. Eric Ibar up now for the Angels. Figgy at first base with one out. 31 stolen bases. And Ibar hits a fly ball into left field. Toward the line goes Jimenez. That's the second out in the inning. But the error does give Abreu a chance to hit here in the inning with a man on base. The Angels down here 4-3.
Jared may be done right now here through 5 innings. Palmer continues to throw down in the Angel bullpen.
He's over 100 pitches. And the look on his face would tell you he thinks he's probably about done, wouldn't it? Figgins goes. Here's the throw by Martinez, and Figgins is out at second base. Perfect throw by Victor Martinez. Still 4-3 Indians after 5.
By Eric Ibar. Great play by Eric Ibar. Be like catch and tag, but went before he got his hand in there for the out at second base. And that is the Coors Light Freeze Cam, brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light.
4-3 Indians. We go to the 6th inning. And Matt Palmer comes in to pitch. Our in-and-out burger, who's out. Palmer's in. Weaver is out after 5 innings of work. And Palmer, with a record of 8-1, takes over. Ben Francisco, the first batter he will face here in the 6th inning.
Now Palmer cuts the fastball, will sink the fastball, stays around that 87 to 89 mile an hour range. Good curveball, changeup, and a slider.
Ground ball to Figgins at third base. 1 out. Matt Palmer was with the Giants very briefly last year, but he's still considered a rookie. A 30-year-old rookie who, after toiling in the minor leagues for many years, made it up here this year to go 8-1 with the Angels. Chris Jimenez, the batter. Tapper hit to the right side. Morales waves Palmer off. And Matt Palmer gets 2 quick outs.
Think about Matt Palmer, too. He's not only been effective for the Angels in the rotation in and out of the bullpen, he's a guy that when he's on the mound, the Angels score runs.
It has happened that way.
There's always a guy on a team that does that. I remember a couple times during my career, we had a guy out of the bullpen in Kansas City, Jeff Montgomery, before he became our closer. We loved when he came on the mound because it was automatic. You were going to score 3 or 4. We called him a leprechaun. He was so lucky. So hopefully that's the case here with Matt Palmer. If he can continue to throw some zeros up there, those runs across for him again.
Andy Marte, 1 for 2 for the Tribe tonight. One ball, 1 strike to Marte. Soft pop fly into right field for a base hit. 2 hits in the game for Marte. 9 hits for the Indians tonight. And the batter will be Cabrera once again, the leadoff hitter. Batting for the 4th time already. Cleveland has at least 1 hit in every inning. Hard hit, but right to Ibar to retire the side as he goes to the bag. The Indians by a run going to the bottom of the 6th. AT&T, the nation's fastest 3G network. AT&T, your world delivered. This is the first time we've seen the Indians all year, and the 2 games have been very entertaining, Gibby.
Boy, offensively, 20 hits yesterday, 9 here tonight. Pretty solid offensive club. Good ball games. They were able to come back and win that in the 9th inning and lead the Angels 4-3 here in the 6th.
Bobby Abreu leads off the bottom of the 6th. Abreu has an RBI single tonight. He's 1 for 2. 46 runs batted in the last 47 games. 2-0.
As per the norm, seeing a lot of pitches. 2-0 count. Looks like he's going to get a fastball here.
And it's 3-0. David Huff gave up all 3 runs he has allowed in the 3rd inning.
Sure, Bobby has the green light, 3-0, but I haven't seen Bobby swinging a 3-0 pitch yet this season.
You still haven't. Three and 2 now.
Hey, gutsy pitch, a 3-1 breaking pitch by Huff. Look at got the plate.
Check swing. And Abreu, there's a board on a walk. Another pretty good pitch by Huff, but he didn't quite get him. Now Juan Rivera coming up. Eric Wedge, knowing the Angels have the tying run, on base. Seeing what kind of cards he has in his hands right now.
And the Indians with a team ERA over 5 have been giving up a lot of runs.
Oh, 1 to Juan Rivera. Juan hit into a double play last time up. 0 for 2 tonight. Ground balls twice. One and 1.
It's more of a show, a fastball on the inside part of the plate. David Huff is going to try to get Juan Rivera out. Pitches on the outside part of the plate, whether it be a curveball or a changeup. It's going to be up to Juan to be able to stay back and drive the ball to right center field to be successful.
The second baseman, Valbuena, plays him up the middle. So he has quite a hole to shoot for through the right side. And pulls one to the left side, foul. We were talking about players born in the 80s here on 80s Night. Well, Mike Sochip made his major league debut in 1980. About halfway through the season, they called him up from Albuquerque. And he played for the Dodgers 54 games in 1980 and stayed with them throughout the entire decade and then some. Here's the 1-2 to Rivera. Check swing foul back behind the plate. One ball, 2 strikes to Juan. Popped him up. And a good catch made by Cabrera, the shortstop. It's a big game for the Angels as Texas just continues to win. With a win tonight over the Tigers, the Rangers are 2 games out. And if the Angels were to lose this one, it would be 1.5.
Impressive pitching continues for Texas.
They have 56 wins. They finished second to the Angels last year, but they were more than 20 games out. This one's going to be much more of a race. Mike Napoli up there, 1 out, 1 on.
It seems like whatever club is able to pull off that big trade here before the trade deadline is going to get a big advantage. So many clubs are kind of bunched together. No super team out there this year. A lot of good baseball clubs. including the Angels, but that one move by a particular team could get them over the hump.
Two and 0.
Doesn't seem to be any real big power threats available. And like Teixeira was last year, the Angels picked him up to be a frontline #1 type starter, whether it be Cliff Lee, Roy Halladay. Still here that Danny Herron is not available, but boy, he's a #1 pitcher.
3-0 to Napoli. Well, teams are not only thinking about winning their division, but they're thinking about October. We need somebody that we feel like can win game 1. That's how a lot of teams feel.
Well, Bobby Brea doesn't swing a lot of 3-0, but Mike Napoli does. If he gets a pitch he can drive, he will be hacking 3-0 here.
He swings and pops it up. He has popped up twice tonight. He'll be on pitches that he hit very, very high, but not very far.
Just missing it. That was a pretty good pitch to hit, too. Just got underneath it. And Mike Scioscia gives you that green light as a hitter. Has the confidence that you're going to center in on a spot, you can drive it. And he got this underneath that pitch. A pitch that if he gets the good part of the bat on that, that ball's gone.
That's 2 walks in the inning now for the Angels, Abreu and Napoli. The Angels have 2 men on with 1 out, and Howie Kendrick coming up. Meanwhile, Wedge and Carl Willis hoping their young left-hander can at least get him through the 6th. And Howie Kendrick 0 for 2 tonight.
And Howie's got a huge gap in the left center field. Especially with Huff starting to slow down a little bit, not quite as crisp with the fastball. If he gets a pitch in the 1.5 of the plate, he can hit it, and the Angels can run for a while.
One ball, 1 strike. And now 1-2 to Kendrick.
If you notice, Victor Martinez, when he's given his sign, he has tape on his fingers. Reason why the catcher does that, because sometimes certain pitchers can't pick up the sign. So if you put tape on the fingers, you can determine what pitch you're going to be able to throw down. Sometimes shadows, difficult to be able to pick up, but you see the tape on his fingers.
One ball, 2 strikes to Howie. Tying run at second in the 6th inning. Ooh, just missed there. Kendrick takes ball 2.
Boy, that was close. Huff thought he executed that pitch. Howie thought he might have executed it too against him. Tony Sip up, the left-hander. The Tribe getting ready in a hurry.
Now it's 3-2 to Kendrick. Huff has walked 2 in this inning. He's holding on to a 1-run lead.
The Angels send the base runners here, 3-2 with 1 out.
Martinez a very good catcher. The runners go. The pitch grounded in the hole at shortstop. Kendrick out at first base. But the runners move up to second and third.
Three-two, you see both of them going. Ground ball, stayed away from the double play. Also, not only do you keep away from the double play, but also you keep away from a force play at second base. Now you're going to have to make the throw across the diamond if the ground ball is in the infield.
Pretty good play by Cabrera there. And Carl Willis going out to talk to David Huff with 2 outs, first base open. Kendry Morales up and Gary Matthews on deck.
And we show Gary Matthews from the right side hitting under 200. Morales has been red hot. We're also going to give the option to David Huff if he wants to go after him. Take a shot at Gary Matthews Jr., although Gary's got a double and hit a ball hard to center field against him.
Last night, Kendry hit 2 home runs, Gooby.
Boy, you got a fastball inside part of the plate, then a hanging breaking pitch went the other way, provided all the power off of Jimenez's glove, almost made the play, but didn't matter. 2 home runs, 20th home run of the season last night.
Second and third, 2 outs, and they will pitch to Kendry Morales. And he gets him to pop it up on the first pitch. Cabrera and Peralta, it'll be Cabrera. The Angels leave runners at second and third and still trailing by a run. Leads it here in the 7th. 4-3 Cleveland.
A nice pitch to get Ken Morales to pop that ball up. 6 solid innings, 3 earned runs. No strikeouts, but kept the Angels off balance at times tonight. Spotting the fastball, getting him out with the changeup.
Matt Palmer, who came in last inning, ready to go to work here in the 7th against Luis Valbuena. We've seen Palmer make spot starts. We've seen Sean O'Sullivan get some starts. Well, tonight, O'Sullivan is starting for Salt Lake City in AAA. They're playing in Sacramento. They're in the 7th inning, and O'Sullivan has a perfect game going. 2-0 Salt Lake. Sacramento would be Oakland's AAA ball club. So we'll keep an eye on that.
Well, speaking of perfection, what about Mark Burley today? First start after his perfect game, went perfect through the first 5 innings again.
Looking for back-to-back perfect games. They broke it up in the 6th. But that's 14 consecutive perfect.
45 straight batters he retired. It's a major league record.
Valbuena out on strikes leading off the 7th. One out and Shin-Soo Choo coming up. 0-1 to Chu. Matt Palmer in relief of Jared Weaver, who went 5 innings tonight, charged with 4 runs on 8 hits. Two and two.
Palmer does a nice job of pitching east to west, cuts the fastball in and a lefty, and then will sink the fastball away on him also. Never giving a hitter the same look on back-to-back pitches.
And just did catch Napoli on the foul tip.
Like good curveball. Hand in the calf area and it bounced in the dirt. Good job by Jeff Nelson to clean up the plate to give Mike Napoli a little more time to be able to recover from that foul tip.
Full count, 3-2 to Shin-Soo Choo. Chu hangs in there with 2 strikes. Talking about Burley, yes, he flirted with a second straight perfect game, but then he lost the game. Minnesota beat the White Sox 5-3. And there's ball 4 to Chu. 1 out, 1 on for the Tribe. Fans, the Angels are chasing their 3rd consecutive division title and asking their fans to wear red for Breakout the Red Week. Presented by Big O Tires. It's August 7th through the 12th. And guess what? The Angels will be playing the Rangers that week. The Rangers and the Rays. Check angelsbaseball.com for tickets.
Well, that should be some good games there. Rangers and Rays both very good.
Ground ball hit to second base. Kendrick gets it to Ibar. Double play. Matt Palmer's out of the inning, and we've reached the 7th inning stretch at the Big A.
Chu in the outfield, but Ben Francisco backing him up. It's a strong relay throw into Valbuena, who makes a perfect throw into Victor Martinez, as they're able to get Sean Figgins at the plate. That's the big difference in the game so far, a one-run game. Solid defensive work by both Francisco and Valbuena to get the out at home.
Close play at the plate. Figgins was out, and the Angels are down by a run here in the bottom of the 7th, with Gary Matthews to lead it off. And David Huff is out there to try and make it 7 innings if he can. Ball 1 to Gary Matthews, who doubled and scored in the 3rd inning. He's 1 for 2. Two and 0.
They need a base runner here for Gary if he's getting the fastball drive, but otherwise make sure this pitch is in your spot where you can hit it hard. Let's go 3-0. Need a base runner.
He's been the everyday center fielder since Torrey Hunter's been on the DL. When the Angels come back from the road trip that's going on later this week, they'll be playing the Texas Rangers. Torrey definitely wants to be playing by then.
The news is getting better and better for Torrey and for Vlad. Saw Vlad out today earlier, coming into the ballpark, doing some running, some stretching, doing some sit-ups. All of a sudden, the report was he was behind Torrey Hunter as far as getting back in the lineup. Now they're pretty much even. They'll both be coming back pretty close at the same time. The most a week away.
Foul ball just into our booth, just slightly to the left. And the count full at 3-2. Popped up, shallow right field. Chu coming in and calls off the second baseman to catch it. One out of the Angels' half of the 7th. The Angels have only scored in 1 inning. They got all 3 of their runs in the 3rd inning. Other than that, Huff has been tremendous.
He's got a good tempo on the mound. Doesn't waste a lot of time in between pitches. Solid mechanics, repeating his pitches very well.
Rob Quinlan takes a curveball for a strike. Chu had a base hit in that 3rd inning. In fact, the Angels started that inning with 5 straight hits. But there was the play you saw a moment ago, and Figgins was thrown out at home. Then Rivera hit into a double play to end the inning, and that's been it for the Angels. 5 straight hits, but only 7 total. So other than that little flurry, they've had just a couple of hits. And Quinlan bounces one to shortstop. 2 outs.
The thing you notice with Huff, he doesn't throw many pitches in the middle part of the plate. He shows a good fastball on the inside part of the plate, then sinks a fastball on the outside, use the changeup, that slow curveball, particularly early in the count.
Well, he's about to make pitch number 100 of the night. So if he gives them 7 and they get through the 8th, Kerry Wood is the closer here.
Looks like the Cleveland Indians are starting to get some action down in their bullpen, at least people moving around. So this probably would be his last inning. Certainly, Eric Wedge has got to be happy what he got out of David Huff.
1-0 to Sean Figgins. 2-0. Figgy 1 for 3. He has a single tonight. And he hits that one down the right field line. Coming over is Chu to backhanded. The Angels are out in order in the 7th, and they still trail it 4-3.
mites fly. Then, breaking pitch in the inside part of the plate. He's able to turn and drive it out to left field. And this game again for Peralta last night and tonight.
Check out the new R Performance vehicles at your local Jaguar dealer or on JaguarUSA.com. Peralta takes strike one. Matt Palmer's done a great job in relief. Reggie Willits is in the ball game. He's in left field taking Quinlan's place. Peralta tops one back past the mound. Figgins tough play, got him. Almost every night, Figgy has 2 or 3 highlight reel plays.
Well, this might sound like a broken record, but for me, Sean Figgins, the Gold Glove winner in the American League at third base. It's a tough play. Not only is it a slow roller, but that spin on it, gets in his bare hand and strong throw across the diamond to get the out. You see the spin trying to go away from him, but still field the bare hand and throw it all in one motion.
Now Travis Hafner up there for the Indians. Two balls, no strikes to Hafner. 0 for 2 with a walk tonight. Eric Ibar plays the tough one-hopper and guns it across, but Morales cannot pick it out of the dirt. And that's going to get Hafner to second base. They'll probably rule it a single and an error.
There was a shift on there for Travis Hafner.
Oh, that was Figgins.
Figgins playing over there in the shortstop position. Played it perfectly. Hit on the line, makes the play. Tried to gather himself to make the strong throw across, unable to get the ball in the air, and Henry couldn't scoop it. Haven't seen Sean make many of those throws. It's a tough one right there, and Henry couldn't pick him up.
Sean throwing that one from the shortstop position, but even though that's where it was hit, it won't be an E6, it'll be an error to Figgins.
It's different footwork and throwing angles from shortstop as compared to third. It's not the same when you feel the ball from the shortstop position as compared to third.
1 ball, 1 strike to Francisco. Ground ball. Figgins again has to charge it. Oh, Morales just able to hang on there. Pretty good footwork there. And 2 outs in the inning. So when Figgy's at third, they hit him a couple. When he went over to play in the shortstop position, they hit him 1, and he's made 2 nice plays.
Well, he had to throw it firm down there, too, and Henry did a nice job of not only catching it, applying the tag and moving that foot out of the way.
Chris Jimenez now at the plate with Hafner at second, and 2 outs in the 8th inning. Good curveball from Palmer to start him off. Hafner not going anywhere except back to second.
Nice job by Napoli to be able to keep that in front of him. Don't want to take a chance. The third, unless the ball gets away from the catcher. Smart decision by Hafner.
Big crowd here tonight, but it's been a little quiet in the stadium. The Indians have been ahead most of the night. High chopper, foul.
Right off the foot.
Well, that went high in the air off the foot, too.
Sink action on the fastball right off the inside part of the foot. The lead foot. Jimenez, but trying to walk it off. Back in the batter's box. The pitcher would, a lot of times you come right back in with that sinking fastball. Same spot.
It's kind of mean, isn't it? Try and make him foul it off his foot again.
No, you try to get him to swing and miss.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess you were right. Still 4-3 Indians. Pitches into his night. Eric Wedge hoping Huff can get the Indians to the closer in the ninth inning. But the heart of the Angels batting order due up here. 2, 3, and 4. Eric Ibar to lead off.
Throwing 112 pitches in a couple games so far this season, but borderline a tough decision for Eric Wedge to put Huff back out. He's been cruising along of late, but still. A solid job for him.
The Angels scored all 3 of their runs in the third inning, so you shut him out since then. And he jumps ahead of Ibar, 0-2. Ibar, Abreu, and Rivera, so it's not going to be easy for the Indians left-hander. 4-3 Cleveland in the 8th. Still 0-2.
Very solid strikes, the bases, the ball's out of the strike zone ratio going so far. 105 pitches, thrown 66 on for strikes, so he's been around the zone. He hasn't struck anybody out. He's been hitting his spots, working ahead, changing speeds.
slowly hit to shortstop. Cabrera will have to hurry it. It pulls Marte off the bag. Leadoff man aboard for the Angels.
It's got to be a base hit. So fast, Eric Ibar gets down that line. Cabrera, tough play. Coming in again, but Ibar quick. Out of the batter's box, got jammed. Running down there hard.
That is ruled a single.
See how quick he got out of the batter's box. It's tough sometimes, too, as a hitter when you get jammed on a pitch to get out of the batter's box like he did. Ibar running hard.
The tying run on base for the Angels in the bottom of the 8th. And Bobby Abreu. He has a single and a walk tonight. Ball 1. Two and 0 to Abreu. Huff trying to get through one more inning to send the game to the 9th inning. But Joe Smith is warming up in the bullpen for Cleveland. Two and 1.
A couple of righties coming up for the Angels. This is probably last batter for David Huff here. 109 pitches. Season high, like we mentioned, 112. He'll try to gut his way through one more batter for Herc Wedge.
And he's behind on Abreu, 3 and 1. He's pitched well tonight. Clinging now to a 4-3 lead. Two men on for the Angels with nobody out in the bottom of the 8th. And that's going to be it for David Huff. He pitched well to Ibar, but gave up an infield single. Then he walks Abreu. At the moment, still 4-3 Indians. Mobile Calling Family by flexyourpower.org. Save money, save energy. Tips at flexyourpower.org. And by Jack Daniels. Your friends at Jack Daniels remind you to drink responsibly. In the team store and in the Indians dugout. Nice job done by Huff, but his future in this game very much up in the air. He could win it, he could lose it, he could have nothing to do with it. But he leaves with 2 men on and nobody out, and Joe Smith takes over. Smith spent all of last year in the Mets bullpen. He's been in 25 games this year.
Definitely a guy that looks to get ground balls. He got good sink in action. Sidewinder throws 87 to 91. He's got a slider and a changeup. Gets a lot of ground balls. Juan's going to look for this pitch right here. Try to get him to elevate enough to be able to drive the ball in the air.
2 on with nobody out, and Juan Rivera at the plate. The Angels down by a run. 1-0. Smith was a pretty handy guy for the Mets last year, appearing in 82 games. One ball, 1 strike to Rivera. And 1-2 to Juan.
You can see how hard it is for a right-handed batter against Joe Smith to try to get a pitch up to be able to drive it in the air. Righty's only hit .213 against Joe Smith. Lefty's .333.
One ball, 2 strikes, nobody out. Ibar at second, Abreu at first. Ground ball, base hit into left field. Here comes Ibar to score the tying run. Juan Rivera comes through. Indians 4, Angels 4. And no win tonight for Huck.
Well, sometimes it's a tough call if you're a manager to leave a guy in a little bit too long. Fastball. This time the fastball was up. And that's what he was looking for, to get a pitch up. Sidewinders like to have that sink action, but that was more of a flat fastball. And Juan Rivera clutches up, gets a base hit.
Still nobody out, first and second. Rivera at first, Abreu at second. Mike Napoli at the plate in a bunt situation, but not likely. And he takes strike 1.
And Cleveland not looking for a bunt against Mike Napoli also. Everyone playing back to corner, so they're not thinking bunt. Mike Napoli's thinking about untying the score here with 1 swing.
The Indians are thinking double play. 1-1 to Napoli with a sinking side armor on the hill. A slow runner at the plate. We'll see how it shakes out. Two and 1. The Angels, among their last 15 wins, 11 of them have been come from behind. Fuentes hoping to go out there with another chance tonight. And there's a ground ball to third base. They get 1, they get 2. So the Indians get the double play they were looking for. Meanwhile, Abreu winds up at third base.
Sinker, ground ball. Pitcher gets the ground ball for Napoli. Chopper over to third. Brought a nice job of throwing to Valbuena. He makes the play. 5-4-3.
And now, with Howie Kendrick due up, Meiser as Turris will come up and bat for him. Izzy's a switch hitter, so he can bat left-handed against this right-handed side armor. The Angels have the go-ahead run 90 feet away, but now 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th. And it looks like the Indians are going to make a change right here. They will. Bottom of the 8th inning, we're tied at 4. Wants to give you a chance to sit in the Chevy Suite seats located next to third base and a chance to win the all-new Chevy Camaro. Text Camaro to 31826 or go to angelsbaseball.com/Camaro. Chevy, the official ride of Angels baseball. And that's a sweet seat to have right now at the game on the line. And Tony Sipp, a guy who was originally a 45th round draft pick of the Cleveland Indians. But here he is, 5 years later.
Got a good fastball from the left side, 91, 94. Slider, you can see by the strikeouts and walks in this the innings pitch, he can be wild. When a man on third, you never know. Wild pitch, put the Angels ahead.
And is Turris now batting right-handed as he pinch hits for Howie Kendrick. Once the public address announcer announces that the pinch hitter is coming up, that's it. They change pitchers. It's not like Socha can change his mind and say, okay, we'll leave Kendrick in. No, it's done once his Turris is announced.
The career numbers batting right-handed 257 as compared to left-handed 282, but this season's been different. Hitting over 400 batting against left-handed pitching. Meiser is in 282 against the right-handed pitchers.
2-0 to Meiser as Turris. 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th. 3-0, and that was blocked out in front of the plate by Martinez.
Anytime you see a pitcher with 15 innings pitched, you know, that amount of walks and that amount of strikeouts, he has a tendency to be wild. He overthrew that pitch right there, that slider. Martinez, nice job of getting a glove on it, keep it in front. This game would be untied.
Henry Morales is on deck.
Meiser more than likely on a 3-0 count won't be swinging here.
He lets one go by right over the plate. 3-1.
But he'll be hacking now if he gets a pitch he can drive.
Pops it foul, and the count goes full to his tourists. He walked him. Runners on the corners with 2 outs. And Kendry Morales, 1 for 3 with a double tonight, trying to come up with a big hit in the bottom of the 8th. Kendry will bat right-handed. Strike 1 to Morales. One to Kendry.
See, Sip has a very good fastball, but repeating that mechanics and hitting the spot with the fastball has certainly been something that's been evasive for him so far in his career here with the Indians.
Two and one now. First and third. 2 outs, bottom of the 8th. Tony Sip, a 26-year-old lefty from Mississippi, delivers. And it's 3-1. Sip went to Mississippi Gulf Coast Community College, then transferred to Clemson.
Good fastball count for Kenny with Gary Matthews Jr. on deck.
The Angels have already received 2 walks in this inning. Now 3-2.
But with a swing like that for Kendry, look for Sip to throw that, try to get him to swing over top of the slider now, down and in. 3-2 count. Meister going to be going here.
And the 3-2 pitch is low, ball 4. The bases are loaded. The Angels have been on the receiving end of 3 walks in the inning, and they have them loaded with 2 outs. Gary Matthews coming up. Carl Willis, the pitching coach, going out to talk to Tony Sip.
Well, he overthrew that slider. He tried to get Kenny to swing over top of that, break a pitch in the dirt. Otis trying to calm down his youngster, Tony Sip. He said, hey, you got good stuff. Got to be around his zone more consistently.
Gary Matthews tonight doubled and scored in the 3rd inning. He's hit a fly ball to center and another one to right. 1 for 3. Bases loaded, 2 outs. And with Sip a little bit wild here, the Angels would certainly take another walk with the bases loaded.
Listen, Victor Martinez got to be active behind the plate. Sip has bounced a couple of those sliders in the dirt. There's times when a pitching coach comes out, that first pitch will be a fastball, and he has to throw a strike here with the bases loaded. You don't want to fall behind. And Gary likes the fastball.
Angels 4, Indians 4 in the 8th. Swing and a miss. He threw him the fastball, and Gary couldn't quite catch it.
Great location of that fastball inside by Sip on the inside part of the plate on Gary.
One and one. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Line drive, left center field in the gap, and that's going to go to the wall for Gary Matthews. 1 run is in. 3 runs will score. Matthews clears the bases with a bases loaded double. And the Angels take a 3-run lead.
Well, it's good to see Gary. Fans going crazy here. Getting excited about that swing, going into second base, getting excited about it, got the fastball. You said Gary loves hitting that fastball, got himself in a good position to drive that baseball, clears the bases, coming back inside with a fastball, but this time didn't locate that fastball well. Gary, perfect swing.
Gary Matthews getting some playing time with Torrey out. His last 3 hits have all been doubles. And that was the biggest of the 3.
Well, Gary excited going into second base. Yes, cleared the bases and that double.
Reggie Willett's first at-bat of the night. And the Indians tonight just couldn't get to the closer, did he?
You have that chance. Try to squeeze one more out of your starter, and that's what happens to you.
Willits hits a fly ball, center field playable for Francisco. But as we go to the 9th inning, the Angels hang a 4 up in the 8th, and they lead it 7-4. ninth. If you're traveling and can't watch the Angels on Fox Sports West or KCOP, you can always catch the game on your computer. It's MLB.TV, the ultimate baseball experience, featuring 100 out-of-market games per week live on your computer. And you can catch those you missed on demand. Check angelsbaseball.com, where baseball is always on. And the Angels, Brian Fuentes. It wasn't his night last night, but this is the life of a closer. Tomorrow you might get that save, and Brian's getting that chance right now.
We saw Victor Martinez talking to Tony Sipp about location of some of those pitches there, especially that one to Gary Matthews Jr. makes a mistake. Now Fuentes with a chance to get a save, now number 31 if he get through the inning.
Andy Marte at the plate for the Indians. And if the Angels' Brian Fuentes gets through this inning, Matt Palmer is the pitcher of record. That would make him 9-1 if he gets a win here.
Tell you what, if I'm Mike Socia, at the very least, I'm getting Matt Palmer up in the bullpen or somewhere every day. He gets runs scored. A solid job out of the bullpen, too, though.
But Fuentes now falls behind on the leadoff hitter. 3-0. The leadoff man in the batting order is on deck. This is the number 9 hitter, Marte. Fuentes gave up 4 in the 9th last night and gets a strike into Marte.
Good job, though, going back to Matt Palmer. 3 shutout innings against this Cleveland team that can swing the bat.
Ball 4 to Marte, leading off the top of the 9th. As Drupal Cabrera coming up. You have to have a short memory as a closer. Fuentes is not out there thinking about last night.
No, you can't think about that at all. Last night is in the past. Let's see if it's almost like a kicker in football. If you miss a field goal, you got to go right back to your next chance. Let's look to get a ground ball, see if you get a double play.
Cabrera takes strike 1. Texas won tonight, so the Angels trying to keep their lead at 2.5 over the Rangers. Ground ball, just foul.
Well, that was hugging right down that third base line. That was close.
That was pretty close to hitting that bag.
Right down the line. Just foul. It never seems to go away quietly, that's for sure.
0-2 to Asdrubal Cabrera. 1-2. Over 43,000 fans here. Cabrera hits one in the air in the right field. Back on the ball, Juan Rivera. And that ball's over his head. Here come the Indians again, second and third, nobody out. Well, you're right, they just do not go quietly.
And even when they're behind in the count, which Cabrera was, good swing, not located well that fastball. Wanted the inside part of the plate, out over the plate. Cabrera did a nice job of keeping the level swing and hitting the right field. One hop in the wall.
Now a pinch hitter for the Indians as Jamie Carroll will come up and hit for Luis Valbuena. Representing the potential tying run for the Indians. Carroll hitting .279. Only 1 home run. One and 0.
Just the spot right now if you're Fuentes and Mike Socia, you'll give up that run for an out.
Infield playing back. They need 3 outs. And it's 1-1 to Carroll. Some very good hitters coming up after Carroll. Shin-Soo Choo on deck. Victor Martinez would be after that. Two and one to Carroll. Second and third, nobody out. Line drive up the middle for a base hit. Scores one, and that's all. It's now 7-5 Angels. But the Indians have runners on the corners with nobody out as the pinch hitter Jamie Carroll drives in Marte. The Indians hung a loss on Fuentes last night, and they're trying to get him on back-to-back nights. Here comes Butcher.
It's as if they're seeing the ball well against Fuentes. Now, whether it's because of Jamie Carroll was his teammate over in Colorado, giving him some tidbits against it, but they've seen the ball well and Fuentes hasn't got an out against Cleveland yet.
And even though Brian obviously is the closer, there is activity in the bullpen. Jason Bolger loosening up. And now the heart of the Indians' batting order coming up. 7-5 Angels in the top of the ninth. Shin-Soo Choo with runners at first and third. Takes ball one. Choo has 13 home runs. He represents the potential go-ahead run. One and one. Nobody out, two men on. A run in for the Indians in the ninth. Strike two to Choo. That might have been Brian's best pitch of the inning.
Nice job of staying within his mechanics on that curveball. Choo very good at going the other way. You throw that pitch, you got to make sure it's down towards the dirt.
Ground ball foul, first base side. Victor Martinez, the catcher and the cleanup hitter, on deck. And he's a switch hitter, so they wouldn't be able to match up against him either way.
If you can ever get a double play, this would be the time for Brian Fuentes. Get the double play.
Even if the run scores from third, then you're still up by one with two outs. Two and two now. Fuentes laboring here in the ninth inning. This will be his 19th pitch. He has not gotten an out yet. Full count. And the last two pitches, Gooby, not real close.
That's overthrown. And so in that beginning part of the season, when you're pressing a little bit as a pitcher and or a hitter, you try to do too much. To stay within your mechanics. Get in front and get on top of this pitch.
Choo fouls it back to the screen. Butcher and Socha just watching. Not much you can do from right there. This will be the 8th pitch in the at-bat to Choo. And he walked him to load him up. Brian Fuentes has faced 4 batters. He's not retired any of them. And Socha's going to take him out. With the bases loaded and nobody out, Jason Bolger will come in. The Angels 7, the Indians 5. Gave up 2 hits and 1 run so far. The bases are loaded when he leaves. And this has not been a good series for Bryant. We'll see what Jason Bolger can do in the clutch.
Well, it's a tough position to be put in for Jason Bolger, but an opportunity to make a statement to Mike Scioscia. Very good. That ERA now under 4. He's got strikeout capabilities. Fastball 93 to 95. Very good curveball and a changeup and a slider.
Jason Bolger was a closer last year, but that was at Salt Lake City. And he's facing a very tough hitter right now. Bolger had 16 saves in Salt Lake last year. The batter, Victor Martinez. Curveball for a strike.
Well, you can guarantee Victor Martinez was not going to look for a curveball that first pitch. Good job by Jason Bolger dropping it in there for a strike.
Martinez hit a 3-run shot in the 9th inning last night to help the Indians win. One and one. This was last night in the 9th with the Indians down by 2. Martinez batting right-handed hit the 3-run dinger, and Cleveland went on to the victory. Tonight he bats left-handed against the righty Bolger. 1 and 1. Two and 1, and there's no place to put him, obviously.
Well, this is a spot now you put yourself in where you have to challenge him with a fastball. Can't fall behind 3-1. Trust the movement on it. See if you get it down in the strike zone, get a ground ball.
Here's the 2-1 to Victor Martinez. He swings and grounds it foul on the left side. So Bolger's even now, 2-2.
Boy, Victor Martinez did Jason Bolger a favor swinging at that pitch.
It was ball 3, I think.
Way off the outside corner. A lot of times, power hitters in RBI situations become a little bit more aggressive. So you can expand the zone in this spot. So they want to get the RBI. You feel that curveball, this is the time to throw it.
2 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out, bases loaded. Still 2-2. Martinez hasn't had great swings against Jason here.
No, that was a curveball too, a hanging curveball. Still, he was in protect mode. He was just trying to foul that one off.
Bases loaded for the Indians. Cabrera at third, Carroll at second. Ground ball hit to first base. Morales fires to second for 1. Back to first. Double play! Martinez tried a head-first dive, but he couldn't get there in time. 1 run scores.
That's about as textbook as you can turn a double play. The 3-6-1 double play. Nice job by Kenny Morales. Fielding that ball, making a strong field to Eric Ibar. Good turn and pivot. Especially when you got the runner running right there, throwing over his back. But Eric, catch and throw. And Bolger being there in the right spot. 3-6-1 double play. That is textbook.
Angels 7, Indians 6.
Gets it by just a bit, but anytime you see a guy dive into first base, you're going to be slower going to the base as you compare to running through it. This one shows he's out at first.
Johnny Peralta takes outside. The tying run at third base. 2 outs in the 9th inning. Bolger has never had a major league save. Two and 0 to Peralta. Travis Hafner would be next.
Well, even with a lefty on deck, Peralta, the way he's been swinging the bat in the series so far, you don't want to groove a fastball. You still have an open base. Make him hit your pitch.
Strike. Good curveball on the outside corner. Carroll at third base. Two and one. Ground ball hit to shortstop. Ibar throws to first, and the Angels hang on and win it. On the first career save in the big leagues for Jason Bolger of the Angels. Just another Halo victory.
Well, we were looking to see if Jason Bolger was going to make a statement. Well, he did in that spot. Bases loaded.